Good evening, everybody. I'm Lucas Robson here with my partner Derek Belkoffer with the Toledo Sports Network, bringing you our Internet Game of the Week matchup between the Rossford Bulldogs and the Rogers Rams. We should have a pretty good game tonight. What are you expecting to see, Derek?
Well, you know, I expect a really competitive matchup here between the Rossford Bulldogs and the Roger Rams. They're both coming off a pretty big wins. Roger over Bowser and Rossford over Lake. Copeland with 23 points, and Hodak is a force down low. So I think it should be a pretty good battle.
I agree with you there. We have really two big difference in styles of play, too. Rogers wanted to press full court, tight man defense, and I think if Rossford wants to win this game, they're going to have to handle the pressure, kind of slow down the tempo of the game and keep it close and hopefully come out on top. But that'll wrap it up. We'll have the tip-off for you here in a minute. I'm Lucas Robson with Derek Belkoffer, bringing you your Internet Game of the Week from Toledo Sports Network and CW13. And we're back with Toledo Sports Network coverage, Internet Game of the Week between the Rossford Bulldogs and the Rogers Rams. I'm Lucas Robson here with my partner Derek Belkoffer. And if you're listening in out there, keep in mind this is both of our first times commentating a game, so try not to be too hard on us if we screw up a little bit.
It would be I would be very grateful. I would be very grateful. This is a debut for both of us, one of many. So enjoy the show, and we'll try to give you a good one here.
I'll tell you what, though, I think we're going to have a pretty good game on our hands here tonight. I really like this matchup.
You know, I do too. I'm very excited to see, because I see two very different teams here. I see a team that really likes to push the ball and run and go, and I see another team that likes to play a little more methodical, don't you think?
And both of these teams are also very experienced, a lot of returning starters and people who have been in the program for all 4 years or 3 years, juniors, seniors, and a lot of people who have had significant playing time coming up in those early years.
And that always helps. That always helps. Starting lineups here. I'll tell you what, Hodak is going to be a force down low. It's going to be tough to stop him. He's tall, he's big, he's going to be tough to stop. He's a force down there.
Oh, and if you're Coach Vorst, you're going to utilize him as much as possible here. He's the biggest man on the court, and the more you work it inside, that's an easier way to slow down the quickness and athleticism of the Rogers Rams.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
As we get ready for tip-off here in Joe Stallma Court in Rossford, Ohio.
Starting lineups for both teams. We got for the Roger Rams, we got number 21, Christian Smith, number 10, Rayshawn Henderson, number 11, Taquarius Belcher, number 12, Drew Pettigrew, number 1, Cameron Copeland, who went for 23 points against Bowser when they really took it to him. Rossford starting lineup coming later. Violation on number 45. That's Hodak. Got to it a little early. Rossford starting lineup is, of course, Jeffrey Hodak, number 45, number 15, Matt Fierce, number 20, Eric Davis, number 3, Jacob Perry, and number 12, Coda Sinclair.
And to start the game off here, Rossford's in a 2-3, hoping to take away the driving lanes from the Rogers Rams, kind of slow them down a little bit and force them to shoot the 3.
And that they did with the first possession.
As Matt Fierce puts a little too much on it, over Hodak's head out of bounds.
It's a quick turnover. Bringing the ball up, number 1, Cameron Copeland. I'm very interested to see what he's going to do this game, coming off a big game against Bowser. A attacking the 2-3. I like it.
The corner three is missed from Drew Pettigrew.
Big 3 ball. Got it.
Jacob Perry knocks it down, and you've got to be ready. You've got to look out for him shooting the 3. Looking back, seeing him shoot the rock last year on JV, I expect him to knock him down just as well on varsity this year.
He's got a very smooth stroke. Gets it off pretty quick. Young Clay Thompson.
I don't know if I'd go that far yet, but he does have a nice shot.
He's getting there. He's getting there. Attack the zone. Attacking all the seams.
Nice skip pass to the corner.
Open 3 from number 11 is no good. Copeland got the rebound.
And another 3-point attempt from Christian Smith is off the rim.
But he gets it back and he puts in the floater. I like it. Nice little finger roll action. And they're pressing right off the bat. I figured it'd be there. Nice little fake behind the back from Copeland. It's a strong take.
And this is what we talked about in pregame. If Rossford wants to win this one, they're going to have to handle the intense pressure of Rogers.
Absolutely. I think they're going to need to slow it down. They're playing right into Rogers' game plan. I mean, they need to slow it down. They're a methodical team, and Rogers is a very up-tempo team. So in order to beat an up-tempo team, you really got to slow it down.
And I think the Bulldogs will be able to run their offense and score in the half court, but first you have to beat the man press and get it over half court to get into that offense.
Absolutely. Get it over half court and slow it down. Jeff Copeland orchestrating the offense here. I'm sorry. That is Cameron Copeland, I'm sorry. Jeff Copeland is a former St. John's Jesuit Titan.
And another turnover for the Bulldogs as we have a breakaway for Copeland.
Copeland with the and one. With a chance for a 3-point play at the line.
And you're starting to see early why he had 23 last night against Bowser. He is not afraid to go to the rack.
Absolutely not. He's a scoring point guard. I like the way he plays, Lucas. I really do. That's off. Hodak with the big board.
Sinclair leaves it short.
With the board. Hodak.
And Rogers is out and running the floor again.
Copeland pushing it. Little deflection there, but Rogers will get the ball back. Inbounding the ball, number 11, Taquarius Belcher. Out to Pettigrew. Back to Copeland, of course. He's the playmaker. He really is. I expect big things from him this evening. Right back to him.
Rossford's really, they're not having any trouble with this 2-3. They can slow it down and play just as slow as Rossford is what we're seeing early here.
That's a foul on Coda Sinclair. That's his first.
As we get our first sub of the day, Jackson Murphy enters for Jacob Perry for the Bulldogs.
We got a 6-3 lead here. Rogers is up early, pushing the ball. Trying to attack this 2-3 zone that Rossford's putting on him. Got it. That's number 11, Taquarius Belcher.
And Rossford retains possession. If I'm Coach Vorst here in this offensive set, you got to get Hodak involved as he gets it at the top of the key. You got to find him on the block.
We got a foul away from the ball here. It's going to be on Rogers. Taquarius Belcher. You know, I agree with you there, Lucas. I think Hodak is their force. I think he needs to be the center of their offense. They need to work it around him. But hey, when you pull up and you drain a jumper like that, maybe they should revolve it around Fierce. I don't know.
Oh, that was just a 2.
I like the 2-3. I like the 2-3 that Rossford's playing.
They are playing it well. Rogers isn't really getting the looks that they want right now. Good hustle back from Copeland to deflect it out of bounds.
Absolutely. Copeland seems like a very well-rounded player. I like his style.
Out to Davis at the top of the key.
With the reverse, that is number 12, Coda Sinclair. Cutting down the lead to 2. Rogers is up 9-7. Got about 3 minutes left here in the first quarter. And look at him. The way he can penetrate that 2-3. Wow. But the try is no good. Rossford got the ball back and setting up the offense here. Matt Fierce with the ball. Penetrates. Gets it back. Try to set something up with the crossover. Matt Fierce. No good.
Sinclair with the offensive board. Can't get the putback to go.
Travel here on number 4. That's Jackson Murphy. It's great hustle, but just got called for a travel. You know, surprisingly, Rossford's down here, but they're really controlling this game for the most part. You know, I mean, they're slowing them down and they're playing the way they want to play. And of course, as I say that, number 10, Rayshawn Henderson knocks down the jumper to put him up 4. But I think Rossford's starting to figure him out a little bit.
Great hustle by Copeland.
Wow.
And then Davis with the steal.
The hustle during this game is, they're all playing hard. They all want it bad. They want the win.
Yeah, this game could very likely come down to who has the ball last.
Absolutely. Everybody's playing hard. These are the games that you love to watch. Got a push here. That's number 10, Rayshawn Henderson. You know, these are the games that you and I were really lucky to get to commentate here, because everybody's playing so hard. You can tell it's going to come down to the last minute. These are the games that you love to watch, and to commentate it, it's even better.
And we got a pretty good turnout tonight in Joe Stallman Court for a Saturday night game. It's pretty loud in here.
Absolutely. I love the turnout here. Everybody's coming out to support their Bulldogs and support their Rams, and it seems they're putting on a show for them. Hodak, no good, but they get the board back. We got a foul. We got a push on number 21. That's Christian Smith. Rossford will take it out down low. That's Matt Fierce taking the ball
Make
out.
that a side out.
Oh, they switched it up on us there. Eric Davis will take it out. Into force right away.
And Hodak gets the and one. He's fired up.
Right into the force. He is the force. Can I give him that nickname this early? Can I give him the nickname?
I mean, with his size and strength, I can't argue with you on that one.
He is the force. Number 45. That's Jeff Hodak. You know, he's powerful.
I'll tell you what, you can start calling him the force if the big man can knock down his free throws too. We'll see if he can finish the 3-point play here.
I got faith in you, Jeff. I'm still going to call you the force. Look at him. That's Rogers. That's Rogers with the steal. They got it back, and Copeland straight to the bucket. That's off.
That is how Rogers wants to play, though. If they get a rebound or a steal, they're gone. They're not slowing it up or setting up any offense. They just want to get to the rim and finish.
Eric Davis with the 3, and that's an air ball. Rogers got the rebound.
Rogers flying down the court again.
And that's a foul on number 10. That is Connor Bin with a blocking foul. Number 11 for Rogers. We'll go to the line. That's DeQuarius Belcher. He's got 2 shots here. He's going to try and put his Rams up by 4. They're already up by 2, 11-9, with 52 seconds to go in the first quarter. First one's up, and it is good. Nothing but nylon. We got a sub here. The force, number 45, Jeff Hodak's coming out for number 30. That is Ben Verboski. He is a junior at 6 foot 2 inches and 160 pounds.
That's another thing you can't forget about tonight if you're a Rossford fan is
Second
Ben
one's good.
Sauter's out with an injury, and he would just add another dynamic to their offense. Nice lefty, pretty good size, senior, can shoot the 3. He would help a lot if they could have him out there tonight.
That does hurt. That always hurts when one of your impact players are on the bench, and there's nothing you can really do about it. Number 10 taking the ball up the court.
As Rossford breaks the press, gets it in the hands of Davis at the wing.
They're really starting to handle this press pretty well. They seem a lot more comfortable than they did in about the first 2 minutes of the game.
Well, that helps just getting into the flow of game a little bit, scoring some points, getting your scoreboard up a little bit.
Eric Davis with the putback. Wow, was that impressive.
Yeah, he got up pretty good on that one. He almost could have a chance to throw it down.
Absolutely, he was up there.
He's just one of those kids, man. He's a freak athlete. We had the pleasure of filming a lot of his games in football this year. Heck of a running back, great basketball player. He's just one of those kids where you put anything in his hand, whether it's a football, basketball, ping pong battle, he's going to be pretty good at it.
And from what I hear, he's gotten some looks, D1 looks for football, as Rogers turns the ball over.
That does not surprise me one bit.
We'll see where his future takes him.
As we come to the end of the first quarter, Rogers leads 13-11. We'll be right back with our Toledo Sports Network Internet Game of the Week.
On the job for you for over 100 years. You need a career. You need a future. Local 8 can help you make it happen. Join the men and women who build our community. Become a part of a proud tradition. Build your career. Build your future with the brothers and sisters of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local Union 8. We're on the job for you.
We're on the job for you. We're the local IBEW.
A rewarding career begins with an apprenticeship in the piping industry. Our state-of-the-art training facility, combined with on-the-job training side by side with a journeyman, delivers the experience needed to become a professional plumber, steam fitter, or HVAC service mechanic. Avoid costly tuitions and student loans. Earn a competitive wage and college credit in an exciting trade. We are the Northwest Ohio piping industry, building the future through dedication, knowledge, and expertise.
Conveniently located in downtown Rossford, Ohio, the law firm of Heben, Summer, and Murphy is there to serve your estate, business, and litigation needs. Heben, Summer, and Murphy is a proud sponsor of Rossford Athletics. Contact the law firm of Heben, Summer, and Murphy at 419-662-3100 or on the net at www.hsm-law.net. Go Bulldogs!
Welcome back to our Saturday night basketball action here in Rossford as the Bulldogs are down 13-11 right now. But we do have one heck of a game on our hands so far.
Absolutely. Rossford's been slowing them down just like they need to do. Rogers just has the answer. Even as they slow it down, Rogers seems to be in control.
Oh, nice look.
Number 11 goes up and he misses the layup, but he was fouled by number 30. That is Ben Verbaas. Aquarius Belcher. He's got 2 shots ahead of him.
Another thing to keep in mind as you watch this game is these two met in the district final, I believe it was, 2 years ago, and Rogers came out with a W on a crazy last-second play. So there could be a little tension between these two squads tonight.
Well, absolutely there is. You know that Rossford remembers that. There are seniors on this team that were sophomores at the time, and they remember. And they want some revenge, and they got their chance. They got their chance at home. We'll see how that goes. Aquarius Belcher makes 1 of 2 free throws. Rossford gets the rebound, takes it back down, gets a 3-pointer, and banks it in. Wow, that is number 3, Jacob Perry. He's got 6 points. 2 threes.
I didn't hear him call that one, but I'm pretty sure he's okay with the result.
The bank must be open on this Saturday evening.
Late hours.
Of course, they're still running the 2-3 here. Had no issues with it in the first quarter. We got a tie game here. I knew we'd have a doozy here.
Yeah, if I'm the Rams, I'm going to try and get the ball to the high post here and hopefully pull Hodak up out of the paint, which would be easier to dish and get shots up in the lane.
We got the steal. And Perry gets it stolen from him, but it's off Rogers. They'll get the ball back.
As it stays with the Bulldogs with an inbounds underneath.
Got Connor Bin is inbounding it, and wow, Fierce goes down hard trying to inbound the ball here. Fierce goes airborne for the ball and goes down hard on his right shoulder. He's down. Trainers are out. Head coach is out.
And you don't like to see that, but things like that are going to happen when you have two teams playing as hard as these are tonight. Let's just hope he's able to shake it off and keep playing.
Fierce is playing hard. He's been playing good defense so far. He's been giving his all. You can only hope that nothing detrimental.
And if you're the Bulldogs, it really hurts if you lose him here as one of your primary ball handlers. You're going to need that to break the Rogers press the rest of the game.
Oh yeah, and he's a shooter too. He can shoot the ball. He plays a very big part in this Rossford Bulldog offense and defense. I mean, he's all over the place on defense. I can only hope he's okay and he'll get back in this game. He's up.
Somewhat. Looks like he's laughing a little bit down there. Hopefully he's all right.
Can't be in too much pain with the smile he's got on his face. Oh yeah, he's a little sore, but you can tell he's all right. I would be very surprised if he doesn't return to this game.
I'm going to agree with you on that one. You know he wants to be out there playing with his teammates in this game.
Absolutely. He wants revenge just as bad as anybody else in this courthouse wants it. Anybody on this Rossford side remembers what happened 2 years ago, and they all want to make a statement here.
A little bit of redemption.
Absolutely. We got a tie game here. It's 14-14 with 6 minutes and 40 seconds left in the second quarter. We're going to resume play here with number 20, Eric Davis, inbounding the ball for the Bulldogs.
And I'm not going to lie to you. I expected quite a few more points being scored tonight than it has been, but with Rossford sitting back in that 2-3, it kind of slows down the offense of Rogers, which I'm sure is what Coach Voist intended. So we could have a final under 50 points here tonight and score 45 points and win a game. You can't complain.
It's a very defensive game, and I think that is exactly what Coach Vorst wanted tonight. Because if you try and play too much offense and you want to go back and forth and see who can score more points, I believe strongly that Rogers would win that game, because they are the type of team that just likes to go up and down all game long, and that's just not Rossford's style. They're very methodical. I hate to use the word slow, but they are slow in a good way. A very methodical, slow. And it works in their favor. I mean, they just won a huge game against Lake, who isn't a bad ball club. And, you know, when your style works, it works. Stay with it. Don't play into someone else's strength.
We get the inbound to Ravaski, tries to go down low to Hodak, and he gets fouled.
Yeah, a little over the back there by number 22, Julian Egbo, 6'6" senior for the Rogers Rams. Got a little crazy on the force there.
And that's another thing, too. If you keep feeding Hodak down low, he's bigger than anybody on the Rams roster. So if you get them in foul trouble, it'll just make it even easier for him to score down there in the paint.
Hodak is... He's a man. He is a man among boys. And what's very impressive, more than just the game of basketball, about this guy is he has gotten looks from multiple schools, Owens Community College being the big one, but he wants to join the military instead. I mean, it's hands down to that guy. What a class act.
Yeah, you got to respect that. Shows what kind of character he has.
Missed jumper by Hodak there, but we'll get the ball back for the Rossford Bulldogs under their own basket. Number 30 wide open for the layup. That's Ben Verboski. What a play. What a draw up there by Vorst.
And now Rossford has the first lead of the game, up 16-14, hopefully getting a little momentum now.
Slowing it down. Rogers they got to be frustrated a little bit. This isn't how they want to play. When they beat Bowser, okay, number 11, that is Taquarius Belcher for the 3. They take the lead right back. Of course, Rossford beats the press. Verboski. Eric Davis at the top.
Nice catch by Hodak.
When Rogers beat Bowser, they beat them 58-33. Hodak gets the ball tipped away from him. Goes out of bounds. They'll get the ball back.
And with that win over Bowser that you just mentioned, that shows that this Rogers Rams team doesn't just run up and down the floor and try and outscore you. They do play defense, holding a very good Bowser team to only 33 points in the game. 33 points.
And you try to comprehend as many points as Rogers put up against Bowser. They put up 58 points against them. I don't think they're on track for that tonight. But they're a very explosive team, and I think they can get there in a hurry. Hodak's at the line here. 6'7" senior, 260 pounds. That is the force at the line.
And there's the name drop again.
Second one's off. And we got an over-the-back call on number 3. That is Jacob Perry getting a little aggressive. Got a tie game here, 17-17 with 5 minutes and 30 seconds left to go here at the Joe Stallma court. Rossford stays in the 2-3. Rogers tries to open up a shooter. Copeland over to Pettigrew. Back to Copeland. Back to Pettigrew for the 3. It's off. And Pettigrew tries to save it. Rogers gets it back. Setting the offense back up. Pettigrew. Back to Copeland.
Man, they are taking the air out of the ball in this possession.
Pettigrew. That's Copeland, I'm sorry. Over to Pettigrew. Belcher. Back to Pettigrew. Back to Belcher. They're just swinging it across. Trying to tire out this Rossford defense. They are just being very patient here.
Yeah,
Great defense by the Bulldogs and great patience by the Rams as well.
Yeah, if you're Rogers here, you have to start getting the ball inside in the high post or drive into those zones, into those open zones in the 2-3 to open up something, hopefully get a dish on the inside. But Rossford just isn't letting it happen right now.
No, they're playing great defense here. Over to Copeland, back to Belcher. Trey Smith off with the jumper. Rossford gets it back, and Eric Davis is running the court. Slows it down.
Oh, he had Ben open on the wing and just missed him.
Verboski. Connor Ben takes it to the hole and gets it to fall. That's a great take.
Finishes with a little contact there. No call.
I like the no call there. He was straight up. Copeland with the three, and he gets it to go. Rogers up by 1.
Both teams shooting the three exceptionally well tonight.
I think Copeland needs to get a little more involved with the scoring game like he did in the first quarter. And that's Hoback with the drop. It goes out of bounds. It was a little high, but he did get his hands on it. Back to what I was saying, Cameron Copeland is the main scorer for this team, I think it's safe to say. And this second quarter, he's been kind of lackadaisical, and he hasn't been looking to score as much as he was in the first.
That's the thing, though, is running the 2-3. It's hard to just like get your own shot off and get yours, like saying. But Copeland's trying to be more of a true point guard right now, swinging the ball around, get other guys open instead of looking for his shot to beat this 2-3.
Attack the seams. Attack the seams, Cam. Fierce checks back into the game. I could have saw that coming. He is too much of a competitor to be out of the game for too long.
As Rossford is now in the 1-1.
Coda Sinclair at the line, makes the first one. Makes the front end of the 1-1. Number 2 coming up. It's in the air, and it's good. Rossford's up 21-20 with about 2 minutes and 50 seconds left to go in the second quarter. And Rogers will take a timeout. Down by 1 here.
I'm excited to see what Coach Antoine Johnson has drawn up coming out of this timeout for Rogers. Hopefully something to get the ball inside, even though they are shooting the three-pointer pretty well tonight.
You know, Lucas, I think for the Rogers Rams, it all starts with defense, because if they can get some stops on defense, they can run the ball as hard as they want to run the ball. And I know that is exactly what they want to do. They want to run. And it all starts with stops. You got to get a stop, and you got to get a rebound. But the Bulldogs seem like they're just controlling the tempo tonight. But you know, Rogers is still very much in control. And that is Aquarius Belcher for 3. He's a very good force down there for him, too, in the scoring.
What a great look from Matt Fierce inside to Hodak.
Look at Hodak. I love a big man that keeps the ball high when he grabs the ball. He grabs the ball, he doesn't bring it down, he keeps it up high and lays it in. The force. The force. That's number 3, and he is off. That was Vontae Middleton. Connor Ben to Hodak. Over to Fierce. And a carry. Fierce carries the ball.
Oh, and he did not like that call one bit. A little bit of a word to the ref there.
I think about 75% of the time when a player gets called for carrying the ball, they're going to disagree with it. Because a lot of people think that they dribble the ball perfectly. Copeland attacks. Gets it over to Vontae Middleton, and it goes off the backboard, but he gets the rebound back. And number 22, Julian Egbo, lays it in for him. Rogers up 25-23 here late in the second quarter.
And it looks like Rogers is starting to back off with their press a little bit now that Rossford's shown they can beat it consistently.
I think they're trying to focus a little more on getting stops and maybe running after they get the rebound. And that's a foul on Vontae Middleton, getting a little touchy with Coda Sinclair. And he will go to the line for a 1-and-1. We are now within 1 minute left to play here at Joe Stallma Court. We have the Rogers Rams up 25-23 with Coda Sinclair at the line for 1-and-1. And the first one is off. And Rogers gets the rebound. But Eric Davis gets the follow steal. And Rossford gets the ball back with 45 seconds left to go. Down by 2. Matt Fierce, who went down with an injury earlier this quarter, is back.
And it looks like he wants the last shot.
It seems as if he may get it. He is a competitor. He is a fierce competitor.
I see what you did there.
Absolutely.
Clever. We've got the force. We're dropping plums
and it
out
goes
here.
to the force, number 45, Jeff Hodak, the big guy. Ties it up. We got 5 seconds left. Copeland with the pull-up tray. No good. We got a tie game.
And now heading into the halftime with the score tied 25-25. We are excited to see what happens here in the second half. If any adjustments are made, we will be right back. I am Lucas Robson here with my partner Derek Belkoffer with our internet game of the week on ToledoSportsNetwork.com.
CW13 and Toledo Sports Network is proud to bring you high school basketball each and every Saturday night starting at 8 p.m. The area's best games for you to watch every Saturday night starting at 8. Brought to you by ToledoSportsNetwork.com and CW13. Mike Jameson and Jameson's Mobile Music is scheduling his 2015 bridal season. I would love to talk to you about your music and video needs for that special day. Now, we don't have 15 different sound systems going out every night, just one, and we concentrate on you and your special day. You will know your DJ. For over 25 years, Mike Jameson has been providing quality sound, lighting, and video for your special day. Call him today at 419-514-1302. Mike Jameson and Jameson's Mobile Music and Creative Video Imagery.
Remember this? How could you forget? Bet you wish you had one of these last winter. Tas Electronics has remote car starters from $129 installed, plus heated seats starting at just $149. No one can stop the winter, but with Tas, you can have a nice, warm vehicle waiting for you. Get over to Tas today.
Tas Electronics. Feel the power. Tas Electronics. It's hot.
Safety Partners Limited has been providing excellence in safety since 1992, adding our Oregon, Ohio store in 2013. SPL Outfitters provides face, head, foot, hand, body, and hearing protection with great brands like Wolverine, Red Cap, Dickie, Wrangler Workwear, and many top safety brands. SPL also carries fire-resistant clothing, harnesses, high-vis apparel, boots, and boot care items. SPL is located in the Buffalo Wild Wings Plaza on Navarre Avenue.
Pub 51 is just a great neighborhood bar and grill. They're about as close to being all things to all people as I've seen. They have a miniature bowling league, and they take that pretty darn seriously. Oh, and a dartball league, and a cornhole league, and a pool league. They have a lot of leagues. Pub 51 has a big outdoor patio, too. Their pizza and food are reasonably priced, too. Give Pub 51 a try. They're on Woodville Road, just a half-mile east of the Woodville Mall.
Taking care of my mother is so hard. All my life, she gave me the best care she could. Now it's my turn. I have to find my mom the best care.
At Always Best Care, our caregivers are matched to meet your needs. And we even give you access to on-call, round-the-clock physician support along with your in-home care. If you need help with your mom or dad in Toledo, call 419-491-7114 or visit alwaysbestcare-nwOhio.com.
And welcome back to some second half action on our Saturday night internet game of the week between the Rossford Bulldogs and the Rogers Rams. A couple stats for you from the first half. For the Rogers Rams, Copeland was the second leading scorer with 7 points behind Taquarius Belcher with 12. And for the Bulldogs, 6 points from Jacob Perry and 7 from Jeff Hodak. So see if they can add to those totals here in the second half as we're underway.
Copeland's got a chance to add 2 more right off the bat as he's on the line. Got in the paint early and drew a foul. And the first one's good. What a stroke. He's got a beautiful stroke.
That he does.
I can see that kid going somewhere. I really can. I think he's got next level talent. And the second one's good as well. Makes it looking really easy. Rogers up 27-25 as they're back to the press. We got Eric Davis with Fierce and Soda Sinclair. And they break it, and the force. He gets another layup. That's Hodak. Add 2 more to his tally.
A little bit of a different look here for Rogers as Pettigrew out there running the point, maybe trying to get Copeland open more for his shot.
Yeah, Copeland's on the high post. They got him shifting back and forth.
And that's what I've been saying all night. To beat that 2-3, you got to work it into the high post there. You get so many good looks out of that.
But they turn it over. And Fierce brings it back up and shifts it over to Davis. Back to Fierce. Into Hodak. Back over to Davis. Into Hodak again as he gets fouled. He'll go to 2. He'll go to the line for 2.
And these free throws are all thanks to the hustle of Eric Davis there, just not giving up on the play, getting an offensive board and getting back to Hodak. Now he gets fouled and goes to the line to add 2.
And Davis is an athlete. He is just an athlete. I think you could put him on the rink and he could be a good hockey player. I mean, he's one of those guys that just seems like he could do it all. Hodak misses the front end. Second shot goes down for him. They take the lead 28-27 here early in the third quarter. Copeland gives it back up to Pettigrew. Goes down to the high post. Number 21 pulls it. That is Christian Smith.
Eric Davis brings down the board. Fierce looking to push it.
Over to St. Clair. And he traveled. Gives it back to Rogers very quickly.
I don't like to really toot my own horn or anything, but we've still got a defensive battle here in the second half. And I believe in the first quarter, I said 50 points might win you this ball game, and we are right on track for that right now in the third.
I can agree with you on that one, Lucas. I think 50 points will win it here. I think the loser will be just shy of 50, and I think the loser might be just over it. I think you're right on that call. And you know what? This is both of our debut, and I think for your first call, I think that's pretty good. But Copeland pulls up for the short jumper, and that's 2 more points for him. Copeland is an absolute scorer. He is very pure.
And I like the move from Coach Johnson to take him out of the point so he has more opportunities to get his shot here in the second half.
Sinclair drives baseline, and we get a foul. Curious to see who that's on. That is on number 15. That's Muhammad Ivy. 6'2" senior. And we're already inbounded here. Over to Fierst. Into Davis. Pull up. Got it. From inside the key. Number 20, Eric Davis. Put 2 more on his tally.
It's a nice little turnaround jumper in the key there from Davis.
This is a very back and forth game here. We've had a lot of lead changes. Copeland seems a little frustrated. He's trying to get a play call off.
Oh, what a great look inside, but they just can't finish it.
That's the force. He is an absolute force down there. It's hard to score with a big guy like that down there. I'm telling you. Eric Davis tries taking it, but gets it stolen. That's Belcher up to Copeland, and he gets fouled. He'll go to the line for 2 more. And a chance for another lead change.
Yeah, we definitely couldn't have asked for a better game to call our first one tonight.
You know what? For a debut, you can't beat it. We're here at Joe Stallma Court, and we're just going back and forth here between the Rogers Rams and the Rossford Bulldogs. And I couldn't have pictured it better anyway. Back and forth all game. This might go down to the last possession. It really might. Rogers is in the lead. Another lead change. Eric Davis brings it up the court. Throws it over to Fierst. Almost stolen by Copeland. Is stolen by Pettigrew. Rogers got the ball back. Copeland brings it up. Over to Pettigrew. Back to Copeland. Over to Belcher. Just swinging it here with the 2-3. That's Copeland. Back outside to Belcher for 3, and that is good. That is a 4-point lead for Rogers.
That's about our biggest lead of the night.
It's pretty close. It's pretty close, and Copeland gets called for reaching in. About 75 feet away from the rim.
Yeah, that's not really where you want to make that foul.
A little shoving going on here between Fierst and Copeland. Couple of competitors. And Copeland takes it from him. Takes it from Fierst. And he pulls up for 3. That's Copeland. In and out. Davis with the big board. Davis. And that is a brick by Jacob Perry. But Fierst gets it back on the other side of the half-court line.
Yeah, if you're Rossford, you got to slow it up here and make sure you get a good shot going in a little bit of a scoring drought here in the past minute or so.
A foul is called away from the basket on Muhammad Ivy, number 15. There's a lot of unnecessary fouls being called on Rogers. Into the force. He gives it back up to Eric Davis. Over to Perry. Over to Sinclair. Back to Fierce. Hands it off to Perry. Back over to Fierce on the baseline, gives it to Davis on the other baseline. He takes it to the rack and scores it. They are down 2, 34-32. Rogers brings it up with the lead, and only about 3 minutes and 15 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Belcher gives it back to Copeland. Back to Belcher. Rossford stays in the 2-3. Copeland pulls up, short.
Nice board by Hodak.
Hodak with the big board. Over to Perry. He's got the pull up too, and he drains it to tie it at 34 here in the third quarter. Copeland brings it up.
And for the Rams, Pettigrew had a nice shot early, knocking down a 3 or 2, and he hasn't really looked to shoot recently. I'd like to see him get another look from 3.
Absolutely. He does seem to be the shooter in situations like this, as Rogers takes a timeout to try and recuperate a little bit, as Rossford seems like they may be going on a run.
And we're all tied up here with 2:25 left in the third quarter. It will be Rogers' ball out of bounds. Looking to get that lead back.
What a game we got here. A little more than halfway through the third quarter, and we're all tied up here, 34-34. And for a couple of debut guys, what more can you ask for than a tight game like this one? We got two teams here. One is a little bit different than the other one, but boy, is the score close. Belcher swings it to Pettigrew at the top. Back over to Ahmad Smith, number 5, hasn't had much playing time, but Belcher with the 3 again. Hits it from the baseline this time to put him up 3. And Fierce gives it over to Davis. Into Hodak. And a steal by Pettigrew into Belcher as he goes for it, and he gets fouled on the ground.
That's a smart play by Fierce there, though, getting the foul on the floor so they don't get the free throws.
Absolutely. That seemed a little bit like maybe an easy 2 by Belcher. The way he's been scoring tonight, I figured he might put that in pretty easily. But nonetheless, he will inbound it from under the basket. Over to Pettigrew, who's wide open at the baseline and takes the 3-pointer and misses it. And Belcher gets called for over the back.
Well, Pettigrew took the 3 that I was looking for, and he just didn't get it to go.
If he would have hit that 3, I believe we may have had our largest lead of the game.
I think we would have, Derek.
This game has been within a possession all game long.
And now with Connor Bin subbed in to run the point, it looks like Rogers has decided to turn up the heat again, pressuring full court.
Give it into Hodak. Over to Jackson Murphy for the 3. That's the assistant coach's son right there.
And we're tied up again, 37-all with a minute and a half left here in the third.
Mind you, his father played at the University of Toledo, I believe, correct?
That he did. I had the pleasure of seeing him play in a couple of Fed leagues when I was younger, and he is one heck of a player. Great point guard, a little lefty, nice shot, moves the ball around well.
And possibly it's running off on his son, and Eric Davis steals it and go to the basket like a running back that he is, all the way to the rack. Rossford takes the lead again. They're up by 2, 39-37. It became a little more scoring-like in the third quarter than we had expected, Lucas.
A little bit. Halftime adjustments definitely coming out here making a difference.
And the Bulldogs are just relentless tonight. They get down by a little bit and they come right back and take the lead.
And Ben Verboski enters for Jeff Hodak here to hopefully give him a little break so he can come out fresh in the fourth quarter.
Sometimes the force needs a rest, my friend.
I'll take your word for it there.
Copeland gets the ball and sends it back over to Pettigrew. He goes baseline, gets it back. Copeland over to Pettigrew. Back to Belcher. Pettigrew drives, sends it over to... No good. But they get the board back, and it's no good again. That is number 4, Trey Smith. Got a couple boards there, a couple putbacks, and on the second one, I think he got fouled.
Yeah, I do believe they called it on the floor, though, so no free throws here for Trey Smith.
It'll be taken under the basket for Rogers again. Belcher will inbound the ball. And Pettigrew's out open on the baseline, and this time he drains it and takes advantage of the open shot. We got 20 seconds left here at Joe Stallma Court. Rossford's got the ball, down by 1, 40-39. Davis, Perry gets called for the travel. And Rogers will get the ball back here with 13 seconds to go in the third quarter. Up by 1. They'll inbound it to Pettigrew. Time started. Over to Copeland.
And you got to think Copeland's taking this shot here with 2 seconds left now.
And he does pull up, and it's short. Nothing but air.
I know he's looking to get his shot there and hopefully extend the lead, but you got to get a better look than that when you come out with 12 seconds left on the clock to end the quarter.
Absolutely. That was a shot for the Steph Curry's only.
Yeah, that one was from MDA range, I'd say. A couple feet behind the regular three-point line. But that brings our third quarter to a close with the Rams leading the Bulldogs 40-39. We will be right back with our internet game of the week for ToledoSportsNetwork.com.
You've planned and planned. Each moment of your special day just has to be perfect. You don't want to worry about anything. Just know that you've hired professionals to make your wedding day special. Mike Jameson with Creative Video Imagery has produced award-winning weddings for over 15 years. Our company has the equipment and the artistic ability to capture your day on digital DVD, giving you lasting memories of a day you will cherish forever. Call Creative Video Imagery today or visit our website, Creative Video Imagery, making moments into lifetime memories. Adler Transmissions and Brake Shop, 106 South Main, Walbridge, Ohio. Your automotive parts and accessories #1 store. Your first stop for quality transmission repair for over 25 years. Adler's Transmission and Brake Shop has been providing Walbridge and all of northwestern Ohio with quality service. Adler's Transmission and Brakes, 419-666-1010. Proud sponsor of high school sports in northwestern Ohio.
Burger Bar 419. Our heart is good flipping burgers and sides. It's the quality, taste, and love put into everything we serve that sets us apart from the others. It's the comfort food we were brought up on with a fresh hip twist. Simple, fresh, and delicious offerings for everyone, meat eaters and vegetarians. Our soul is our support for local business. Our fresh beef is ground by the butcher 200 feet from our front door. Burger Bar 419. Good flippin' burgers.
Stop struggling with the big box stores. Choose Gladio.
Gladio Home Center. A hardware store, yet so much more. Your home improvement answer store. A place to design your interior space. A professional and friendly smiling face. Everything you need for your home. And Gladio is locally owned. You'll be glad to know Gladio Home Center.
On the job for you for over 100 years. You need a career. You need a future. Local 8 can help you make it happen. Join the men and women who build our community. Become a part of a proud tradition. Build your career. Build your future with the brothers and sisters of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local Union 8. We're on the job for you.
We're on the job for you. We're the local IBEW.
A rewarding career begins with an apprenticeship in the piping industry. Our state-of-the-art training facility, combined with on-the-job training side by side with a journeyman, delivers the experience needed to become a professional plumber, steam fitter, or HVAC service mechanic. Avoid costly tuitions and student loans. Earn a competitive wage and college credit in an exciting trade. We are the Northwest Ohio piping industry, building the future through dedication, knowledge, and expertise.
MJ Weiss Roofing Company, 28349 Main Street in Millbury, Ohio. For many years, Mike Weiss has been able to put together some of the best roofing scenarios and situations to make sure that your roof is fine. Make sure to call MJ Weiss Roofing, 28349 Main Street in Millbury, Ohio, 419-836-3028.
And we're back in action here at Joe Stallma Arena as the Bulldogs trail 40-39 to the Rogers Rams. It'll be Bulldog ball out of bounds to start this fourth quarter.
Couple of fun facts for you guys there at home. The Force has 10 points. That's Jeff Hodak. Jacob Perry has 8. Eric Davis has 8. And on the other side for the Rogers Rams, Cameron Copeland has 13 points. And Taquarius Belcher leads the game with 18 points through 3 quarters.
And that just shows you a difference, another difference in between these two teams is Rossford moves the ball around a lot more, balanced scoring from everyone, while Copeland and Belcher are the two main scorers for the Rams.
And Copeland misses a 3 and it goes out of bounds to the Rossford Bulldogs. We got a very jam-packed game here. You know, we called it from the start. The tempo needed to be slowed down, and I think it was. I think it's been very slowed down. But I did not expect Rogers to react as well as they've had to a more slowed down tempo.
Yeah, they don't seem to have any problem slowing down their offense in the half court to get good shots out of the 2-3 that Rossford's playing.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked by Copeland, who has played very well on the half court. I thought he may be more of a full court player who likes to go rim to rim and maybe just run, but he's a pretty good player half court as well. He is. He's a very, very good all around.
He does. Runs the point well, gets everybody in order. We've seen him at the top of the key trying to tell people where to go to run the offense. He is definitely their leader out there, their general. He's always in charge.
Absolutely. That is a very good way of putting it. Copeland is the Rogers Rams general. That is what he is. The leader of the team in every aspect of the game.
And we've got a little bit of a discrepancy here over who has possession.
We got some upset fans here.
Yeah, the Rogers fans behind us seems to be that they think it's their ball. Coach Vorst for the Bulldogs also has a little bit to say to the refs here.
I'd like to give a huge shout out to anyone that is watching this game live, and of course anyone that watches this game afterwards as well. We appreciate your support here at Toledo Sports Network, and I hope you continue to support us live. And we got a lot more games coming towards you. Me and Lucas and I, this is one of many. We got a lot to come.
That
So
we do.
stay tuned, my friends. Eric Davis with the pull-up. This one's off.
Look at the hustle. Everybody's diving on the floor. Both teams really want to win this game.
We got a lot of competitors on this court right now, but this one's going to go to Rogers. They're up by 1, 40-39. 7 minutes left to go in the game. Copeland's going to give it off to Pettigrew. Pettigrew's at the top.
And he's going to force Fierce to come out and guard him.
Number 4, Trey Smith takes the 3, and it's off. The Force gets the rebound. That's Hoback.
Big board by Hodak, throwing a couple elbows around.
Eric Davis
afterwards.
throws it to Perry, and he's got the short little jumper. So Rossford takes the 1-point lead here over the Rogers Rams. And they take a timeout. We got a full timeout here from the Rogers Rams.
Yeah, I wish we would have had a tally of how many lead changes we've had in this one, because it's been tight the whole way, wire to wire, and it probably will go down to who has the ball last. As we get a timeout here from the Rogers Rams as they're down 40-41 with 6.5 minutes left. And now that we're getting into the fourth quarter, we could see fouls starting to play a role here, with the Rogers Rams having 6 and the Bulldogs with 5, soon to be in the bonus. So free throw shooting could make a difference late in this game.
That will absolutely be a huge part of this game when it comes down to the wire, as they are both pretty close to being in the bonus. So Pettigrew takes it across the line here. Wants to slow it up a bit, it seems. We got Copeland on the wing. And Pettigrew takes it to the hole and misses. Eric Davis with the board, gives it back to Fierce. Rossford's up by 1. 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. They got the ball. Over to Sinclair. Back to Perry. Eric Davis got it on the wing. Up to Hodak at the top. Fierce got it on the other wing. Hodak's in the block. And a charge is called on the Force.
Oh, what do you think about that call, Derek? I think that one could have went either way.
I think that one could have gone either way, and I'm going to go the other way on this one. I do not agree with that call. I don't see feet set on that. I see a strong move made to the block by Hodak. I think it could have gone the other way on that one. But then again, that's why I'm here and I'm not on the court making the calls, right?
I don't know why you're not. I know your dad's made a couple bucks doing that in his life.
That's right. Don Belkoffer, the former referee, should be out here making some calls, but that's Belcher swinging it over. Solomon. Solomon's got it on the wing. And he throws it to number 10, Rayshon Henderson, and it goes out of bounds.
That was a good look. He just mishandled it a little bit.
Mishandled it. You know, I think this might be a referee crew that my dad may have reffed with a couple times as well. Old Don Belkoffer.
Oh, I'm sure he knows a lot of the refs out here in the Northwest Ohio area.
Into Davis, who gets fouled on the block as he goes up for a layup. He'll shoot 2 from the line.
And I think late in the game, you're going to start to see Eric Davis make a difference, because he is just a playmaker. He hustles everywhere, and whether it's assists, steals, or points, he's going to make a difference late in this one.
He is one of those guys that a college can just recruit as an athlete. There's certain recruits that you can just recruit as an athlete. He's one of those guys.
He sure is.
We have a little bit of conversation.
A little bit of stop and play here. Hodak's taking that time to talk up the referee a little bit. Maybe get a couple calls or wonder why he got called for a charge on the last possession.
May the force be with you, my friend.
I hope he listens to this and everybody at school starts calling him that now.
Eric Davis hits the front end.
As Rossford extends its lead to 2 points.
I think anyone that knows Hodak should call him the force. Eric Davis with the second free throw is short. And Pettigrew gets the rebound. Slows it up a bit and gives it back to Copeland. Crosses the center line with 4 minutes and 50 seconds left to go in the game. Gives it over to Pettigrew. Back to Copeland. Drives. Pettigrew takes it up top. Copeland at the wing takes a three and misses. Eric Davis gets the rebound. He gives it up to Fierce to bring it up the court. What do you think about that shot, Lucas?
I mean, it was contested, but it was good ball movement, fairly open. Copeland's your best scorer. You got to let him take that. You can't really complain. Sometimes they're just not going to fall.
You got to let your best shooter shoot. You got to let him eat.
Got to let the big dog eat.
Fierce with the jumper. That's a two-pointer, not a three. But nonetheless, it'll put him up by 4 with 4 minutes left to go.
And I think that's the largest lead Rossford has had tonight.
You got to think Rossford's got the momentum here. At home.
Oh, you got the crowd with the defense chant now. It's getting loud here in Joe Stallman Arena.
It's getting a little rowdy here. Both sides want this game to go their way. Ball goes out of bounds off a Rossford player. It'll be Rogers' ball. We got a 4-point game here. That's 44-40 with 3 minutes and 45 seconds to go. Rossford leads Rogers and an open layup for Rogers to cut the lead down to 2. You know, this late in the game, you can't let things like that happen.
Yeah, those will come back to hurt you.
Hodak gives it over to Fierce, and Fierce throws it out of bounds, trying to be a little too fancy.
He had Perry there originally, but once Perry saw him driving in the middle, he stepped out for the 3 and just wasn't there when Fierce made the no-look pass to him.
Rogers with the ball back. Over to Solomon and over to Belcher.
And now if you're Rogers with Rossford having 16 fouls, the next one's going to put you in the 1-and-1, so you got to start attacking the seams of that 2-3 and try and get to the line.
What a pass from Copeland into Christian Smith, who finishes it easily. That's what I'm talking about with Copeland. He can do it. He can do it all. He can score, he can pass, and Rogers gets the ball back on a clumsy turnover from Rossford. Putting the press back on them, and they're being a little clumsy with the ball here. Over to Solomon, inside again, and that one's going to be off Rogers. Rossford will get the ball back. 2.5 minutes left to go in the game. They take a timeout here, Brian Vorst does.
And now with 2:34 left in the fourth quarter, we are all tied up at 44 between the Rogers Rams and the Rossford Bulldogs. We will be right back with our Internet Game of the Week from Toledo Sports Network.
I'll find the situation. But you got
And welcome back to our Toledo Sports Network Internet Game of the Week. We are all tied up here in Rossford at 44 as the Bulldogs will take the ball out of bounds and once again try to beat this Rams press.
We'll see what they can do here. They've handled it well all game. Eric Davis gets over the half-court line.
Smart decision to slow it up with no numbers, set up the offense and get a good look here.
Give it back to Fierce. It seems like Fierce is their safety plug. When they need to slow it down, they give it to Fierce, and Fierce knows what to do.
And the Rams are actually switched to a 2-3 now, which is changing up the dynamic of this one a little bit.
Over to Sinclair, and he gives it back out to Fierce. Into Davis at the high post, and he gives it, no. A foul is called on Copeland with 2 minutes left to go in the game.
And he thought he had it clean, as you see him there on your screen. And like I said, here's where free throws are going to start to make a difference late when it's all tied up like this.
Let's see if the running back can knock down some free throws as well as he can gain the first down. It's getting loud here. First one's good.
And I'm interested to see if Rogers is going to stay in that 2-3 or if that was just something to switch it up out of the timeout to hopefully confuse the Bulldogs after they drew up their own offensive play.
Eric Davis with his second free throw. This one's off. It's a hustle.
And who else but Eric Davis?
Eric Davis gets it back nonetheless. The athlete.
The kid's like the Energizer Bunny. He just doesn't stop. He's flying around everywhere diving for loose balls.
What an absolute hustler. Can I get a high yes?
High yes.
That's right. What a play.
And we're going to get back to action here as it'll be Rossford ball after Eric Davis dove on it at midcourt and called timeout.
And what a play that was.
Yes, it was. Just under 2 minutes here left in this contest.
Rossford's up by 1, 45-44. We are now within 2 minutes left to play. Fierce guarded by Copeland. Now it's Sinclair guarded by Copeland.
And as I expected, Rogers went back to their man-to-man defense here. Hopefully to get a little pressure and cause some turnovers.
They have got to get a steal at this point.
5 count.
Wow. And a 5 count. What a defensive play by Copeland. The leader of this Rogers Rams team.
And that's just freak athleticism because Fierce is pretty quick in his own right, and Copeland stayed with him easy outside the three-point line for that 5-second call.
He's an all-around player, Lucas. He is an all-around player as he brings the ball past.
Let's see if after causing that turnover, he has a little swagger and gets his own shot off here.
Over to Pettigrew at the top. Back to Copeland at the wing. We got a timeout here by Rogers. They're down by 1. It's 45-44. Rossford wins. They're up by 1. They did not win yet.
I think we still have 1:15 left in this one. But once again, I'm pretty sure I might have mentioned it earlier. I don't know. I think I said 50 points might win you this ball game. And with just over a minute left at 45-44, it's looking like I might actually be right for once. It doesn't happen often, but
it slowed down a little bit in the fourth quarter here. I think you might be right. I think 50 might be the shot.
Oh, look at this. We even get a little bit of FaceTime on camera here. We want to turn around and get a little wave to the cameras.
Look at that. Let's do it.
Our first commentating one here.
Sure, why not? On our debut here.
I'm sure that's a little different with the boss, Mike Jameson, up there behind camera. He probably hasn't done that for a while.
He's a little new behind the camera. I know you might not be able to tell as well as he's doing. Nonetheless, we have an absolute nail biter here at Joe Stallma Court. Rogers will inbound the ball. Pettigrew into Copeland at the wing. Copeland drives it past Davis and gives it up. And that is good. That is Christian Smith with the jumper to put them up by 1 with a minute to go. That's Rogers up by 1.
And in my opinion, that's a little questionable. Coming out of that timeout, Rossford was playing man, and in my opinion, that's just not going to fly against the quickness of these Rogers Rams. It's so easy for them to just beat you off the ball.
And I agree with that 100%. I think they've been playing a very, very efficient 2-3 zone throughout this game. I would have stayed with it to the end.
Especially when you have the lead there. It's not like you need to be pressure defense and trying to force a turnover. You got to stick with what's been working the whole game.
Absolutely. They have enough athletes to stay in the 2-3 zone and play a good defense within that zone rather than to step out on the man and get drove past like they just did to give off an easy jumper. A wide open jumper that Christian Smith nailed to put them up by 1. 50 seconds left to go here. Rossford inbounds the ball to Hodak. Hodak gives it up. Into Sinclair. Back to Hodak.
What a great defensive play by Belcher.
And it stays off Belcher. It's going to go back to Rossford.
That's still great hustle by Belcher, though. If he doesn't get a hand on that and knock out of bounds, that's an easy layup for Hodak and gives him the lead right back.
Absolutely. What do you think? What do you do inside this minute? Do you give it back to Hodak, or do you go outside? You give it to Eric Davis. Eric Davis got the ball in the wing. The big 3 is off, and Rogers gets the rebound.
You got a foul.
Back into Copeland. You
got to
have
extend
to
the
foul
game
them.
Here. Oh, well, they don't get it over half court.
And Copeland gets fouled at the half court line. But they had to have given up 10 seconds before they fouled him.
And Copeland's not the one you want to foul and put at the line either. He's money from the free throw line. See if he can extend this lead to 3 points here.
This is a one-possession game, even if he does nail both of these free throws. Rossford has a chance.
And if he does make them both, how do you play it as Rossford? Do you try and get a quick 2 and then come back and foul again, or you go right down and go for a 3 and try and tie it up?
I think you have enough time to go for 2 and get a quick foul, but you have to foul a lot quicker than what they just did.
Yeah, I think they were just waiting for him to get over half court to foul.
And the second one's off. They have to get a bucket here. They got to get a bucket. It's over to Sinclair.
8 seconds left.
Sinclair drives with the floater. It's off. Hodak with the layup. He misses. Hodak again. And it's Rossford ball. No time left on the clock. Rogers rejected Hodak's layup with very little time.
Wow, and he missed a bunny before that. That would have been a tie game and forced overtime. He just missed it.
And the refs are walking off the court. That is the ball game. Rogers wins. Rossford loses a heartbreaker here at Joe Stallma.
Yeah, that's a tough loss for Rossford. They were in it the whole game, back and forth, and to have a chance to tie it up and force overtime like that and miss it, that's just unfortunate.
What an absolute ball game we had here for our debut here. I wouldn't have wanted to experience it with anyone else, my friend. It was an absolute beaut doing it with you, Lucas.
Oh, it has been a pleasure as always. But we will be right back to wrap it up as the Rogers Rams come into Joe Stallma Court in Rossford and win 47-45. We'll be right back to wrap it up from the Toledo Sports Network Internet Game of the Week.
Mike Jameson and Jameson's Mobile Music is scheduling his 2015 bridal season. I would love to talk to you about your music and video needs for that special day. Now, we don't have 15 different sound systems going out every night, just one, and we concentrate on you and your special day. You will know your DJ. For over 25 years, Mike Jameson has been providing quality sound, lighting, and video for your special day. Call him today at 419-514-1302. Mike Jameson and Jameson's Mobile Music and Creative Video Imagery.
Remember this? How could you forget? Bet you wish you had one of these last winter. Tas Electronics has remote car starters from $129 installed, plus heated seats starting at just $149. No one can stop the winter, but with Tas, you can have a nice, warm vehicle waiting for you. Get over to Tas today.
Tas Electronics. Fuel power. Tas Electronics. It's hot.
Safety Partners Limited has been providing excellence in safety since 1992, adding our Oregon, Ohio store in 2013. SPL Outfitters provides face, head, foot, hand, body, and hearing protection with great brands like Wolverine, Red Cap, Dickie, Wrangler Workwear, and many top safety brands. SPL also carries fire-resistant clothing, harnesses, high-vis apparel, boots, and boot care items. SPL is located in the Buffalo Wild Wings Plaza on Navarre Avenue.
Taking care of my mother is so hard. All my life, she gave me the best care she could. Now it's my turn. I have to find my mom the best care.
At Always Best Care, our caregivers are matched to meet your needs. And we even give you access to on-call, round-the-clock physician support along with your in-home care. If you need help with your mom or dad in Toledo, call 419-491-7114 or visit alwaysbestcare-nwoohio.com.
And welcome back to Joe Stallma Arena here in Rossford as the Rogers Rams come in and win 47-45 into a tight one. I'm Lucas Robson here with Derek Belkoffer. And we had quite a game on our hands tonight. What'd you think?
Well, you know, I thought Rossford did a very good job controlling the tempo. I did. But Copeland and Belcher were just a little bit too much. Copeland driving the seams and Belcher knocking down the three. Belcher had 18 points. I mean, what can you do? And when
Adler Transmissions and Brake Shop, 106 South Main, Wallbridge, Ohio. Automotive parts and accessories #1 store.
Day,
your first stop for quality transmission repair
for
over 25 years. Adler's Transmissions and Brake Shop has been providing Wallbridge and all of northwestern Ohio with quality service. Adler's Transmission and Brakes, 419-666-1010. Proud sponsor of high school sports in northwestern Ohio.
We couldn't ask for any better. But that'll wrap things up. And don't forget to watch any of our games that we do on ToledoSportsNetwork.com or go to Facebook and add us as Toledo Sports Network. And that'll wrap things up. I'm Lucas Robson with Derek Belkoffer with our Internet Game of the Week from Toledo Sports Network.
Thank you.